Hi there, I'm Nu-Trix, and today looking into the 4 new synthesizers that are for Cubasis 3.6. Yep, it means that Cubasis now has a new version, and the 3.6 mostly brings new synthesizers. And I'm going to dive into the 4 of them and explain what they do, how they sound, and what you can do with them. And I say 4 because one is free and the 3 others are purchase. To get access to the sounds or the synthesizers, you need to go into the shop, and in the shop you'll have these available. The LoFi Piano is the one that is free. This one over here is free. The other one you'll have to pay for them. This is going to be out on December 18th. So this should be out tomorrow. And you have these 4 different ones. The LoFi Piano is free. You just have to register. The 3 other, Halion Sonic Selection, FM Classics, and Neo FM, are all in application purchase. I think they're around $14 US, but you have to verify there's going to be a promotion for at least the first month of release. If you're interested, if you like the sound, go check them out and get them. If you don't, then just enjoy your Cubasis 3.6 and the LoFi, that is a free piano sound. Let's just go listen to the sound and see what you can do with them. So the LoFi Piano is this little interface. It's very simple. You have a flutter here. You have compression. You have saturation. You have bit reduction, a reduce called here. You have filter. So cutting the lows, the highs, become more nasal. And you got reverb. So if everything is off, you basically have a very simple, clean, simple piano sound that looks and sounds. You add saturation, get that little noise in it. You bring some noise reduction, some filter, lose the low, lose the highs, some flutter, maybe less saturation, some compression, and some lots of reverb. So it works. It does what it's supposed to do. Now let's try this one here. This one is Halion Sonic Selection. Again, if we bring a little keys here, a little control here. So this sounds really nice. If you know anything about Cubase or Cubase, or Halion from Cubase, you know it's a flagship of synthesizer, soft synthesizer that is in Cubase, and it just sounds really nice. So what I'm guessing is that they selected some sounds and put it here with some control. I would say some because it's fairly limited in amount of options for you to design your own stuff. You have the balance between, in this case, you've got string and choir, you've got the attack, you have the release, okay, you have the pan key follow, meaning if you go low and high, the sound goes from left to right, okay, quick or global, and delay. So this is the effect: the reverb pre-delay, reverb time, reverb mix, and reverb delay mix. Go global, then you got the octave. You can just detune it, you can fine-tune, coarse tune it, pitch bend up, pitch bend down, and the polyphony, how much notes you want. And do you want it to be mono or stereo? So it's basically picking up sounds and just have a little bit of control over it. Some of the control changes when you change the sound. So let's say we go into something else like here. You see now you've got unison here. You've got pan random. You've got delay damping. You've got other controls that were not there. But you don't have access to stuff like filters and resonance. So you really just want to have a bunch of really cool sound. When I say bunch, let me just double verify. I think we've got like 1,000 sounds that comes with this. Yeah. 1,100 sound and more. So this is just a massive sound bank. Just like really cool. Now you've got a lot of sounds and all in different groups. You go brass again. Let's try just for the fun. Oh, even drums. What do we have here? Oh, we have. These are just kicks. So there's a lot of options here. So there's plenty of stuff you can do with this. So what do you have? Bass, brass. We just try brass. Let's try bass. Oh, brass. Some of them have arpeggiators. They sound like real electric bass. Next one is the FM Classic. FM Classic is really getting the factory sounds from the DX7 and the TX81Z. So again, the control you have here are limited. You've got carrier time, so the modulation between the two and how much modulation. It's still FM control here. Still a lot of stuff. And the feedback amount. And they picked original sound from the original DX7. But with limited control. Again, you get the global, which is octave, chorus, fine tune, pitch bend, up and down, and polyphony. And the other one is basically, this side is usually effects, and this side, the left side, is usually control over some of the sound you can use. Man, I remember these sounds. Let's try. I got a flashback of these sounds. I remember these sounds very well. My first synthesizer was a DX21, which was basically a 4-operator FM synth. And remember, it brings back so much. So the DX7, TX81Z, these are the sounds you have here. These are classic of FM sounds. But if you want to have new stuff, we have the Neo FM synthesizer. And this one, now, let's go back to, let's say, this one here. It's more modern. Some of them have an arpeggiator. And then you've got filter cutoff, what you don't have, and normally in an FM synth. Right now, you see how they took from the FM and then they built something totally modern with it. So really, I would say modern FM. That's what it is. Neo FM. Some of them, and then you can control some of the swing. By itself, the bass sounds really cool. Okay, let's try others. Okay, keyboard, what do we have here? So you have the control over the feedback, modulation times, how long the envelope of the carrier or the modulator will be on the carrier. And the carrier time is basically you're controlling the sound itself that you hear, and you're controlling the FM synthesis, so how the timbre will change. In this case, you don't have a filter on this one. With the phaser in this one here. So there's a lot of, I mean, every time you click another one, you have new options and different controls depending what you're looking for or the way it was controlled. Let's say we go here. You got the noise level, you got the effect contour, the filter contour, the carrier time. This is pretty cool. Cool. This is nasty. So again, a ton of sound here. You have more than 300 sound in each of the FM synth. So FM Classic and Neo FM, each of them have more than 300 sounds. And the one in Neo FM has more, I'd say, modern sound to it and a lot more controls. Like there's a filters and some of the sound. There's control over the FM where you can change some of the reaction. Some of them have an arpeggiator. So these are the 4 new synthesizer for Cubasis 3.6, the free LoFi Piano, the Halion Sonic Selection. This one has more than 1,000 sounds. So if you just really want to have a huge bank of sound, that's the one to go for. There's plenty of different sound. And Halion has been a high-end synthesizer in Cubase desktop version, has been around for a lot of years. So we know it's good and it's stable and it works well. I personally prefer creating my sound and editing my sound, so I would go more for the 2FM synth where there's some FM control and some, more movement in my taste. I like these harsher, noisier sound, and Neo FM is really cool for that. If you want that modern FM noisy stuff, could be really cool and smooth, but it also can be really in your face and aggressive. And the other one was just a classic FM sound from the DX7 and the TX81Z, the two classics that have, paved the way for FM synthesis. Well, that's it. That's what's new. And if you like it, check it out. Stay safe, make more music, and see you soon. Cheers.